Yeah, g'day there. Going to do a test with a GPX 4500 and an interference filter that we developed. It's been developed by Link Technologies, and I'll give you a demonstration how it all works. We're at a quarry at the moment. Still a lot of RF interference here. On this detector we've got a Commander mono coil. At the moment it's just set up with one of our audio boosters with inbuilt battery display running onto one of our clip speakers. So I'll put that back on and we'll power it up. Just give you an idea of the amount of noise here. As you can tell, you probably couldn't detect. We've got some test targets here. If you had that much noise, you couldn't detect. And I'll connect up the filter. One end of the filter goes into where the coil connector did go, into the detector. The other end into the bottom of the filter. Do up the connectors. And we'll hit the power. Sounds a lot better. We're still in the middle of suburbia, so there's a lot of 50 hertz interference here. We've got power lines at the far end of the quarry. There's a lot of houses up the top there. Up there. You can't see them, but they are up there. Anyway, we'll give it a go on the test targets. Which one did I use? A small one, was it? I can't remember. Anyway, I used a small one. Okay. And turn the detector back on. For some reason it's going crazy. This is the 60-gram piece. Oh, you wouldn't even know it was there. That's a ridiculous amount of noise. Hang on, I'll just give this a... I'll let it tune because it's extremely noisy. Check the battery volts as well. We have a built-in voltmeter on all our boosters. Okay, that's as quiet as it's going to get without the filter. I suppose people would like to know what's what. On the bottom here, which is velcroed to the detector, is one of our lightweight lithium batteries. We make these up for SD, GP, GPX. And so we have a audio connector on the battery as well. So that's the battery lasts on a GPX, it probably lasts all day. On SDs, GPs probably last 6-7 hours. This one here is velcroed to the detector, if I can get it off, which goes to the detector. Take him off. This is one of our audio amplifier boosters. It's fully adjustable. It's extremely low noise, very high quality. It has a built-in voltage display, which is really good on the SDs and GPs. The GPX has got a voltage display on the back of it, but just push that button, the display lights up when you have it on a battery, of course. You know, you can plug your battery and use it as a voltmeter like so, and there you go. I don't know if you can see that. And our filter unit, which we specifically made for people who are detecting the northern part around the Pilbara of Western Australia, to get rid of the over-the-horizon radar. But we found that there's a lot of radio transmissions from cell towers, just even HF radio in general, shortwave radio stations from overseas. There's actually over-the-horizon radar stations in Russia. There is also operational stations in Europe, and it probably causes a lot of the warble you hear in the detectors. This actually will cut it out. We've tested the frequencies they use. We've then optimized the filter for those frequencies, and it gets rid of most of that noise. You get rid of the noise, you're going to get a massive improvement in detection depth. And you know, these detectors, even though you can't hear the noise sometimes, that high frequency radio waves get into the detector. There's no actual filtering inside the detectors. They have a single common mode choke in the detector. It basically does next to nothing, but it's probably more of an EMI thing for the detector, causing interference than anything coming into the detector. That's basically its only line of defence. So everything out there gets in, swamps the front end, as there is no frequency cut-off. I mean, the front end of these things are good to 130 megahertz, and you know, any sort of VHF radio, TV transmissions, FM radio stations, AM radio stations get straight in and can actually swamp the front end. So get rid of it all, stop it getting in there, and you don't have the problem anymore. And that's what we've done. We'll have some information up, some more information on all these accessories, including the filter, which is a new addition, on DetectorMods.com. And if you want to email us, you can email us on contact@detectormods.com. You can find our phone number on the website and ring us up and ask us any questions you have. But I think it's probably explained most of it with the demo. If you do want to buy one of our filters, at the moment we do not supply the filter to any other detector shop. So if anyone else is selling them, they're not the genuine Link Technologies article. Especially if you see them on Alibaba or something like that, you're probably buying a box of fresh air. So steer clear. Yeah, so like, you know, I've been doing RF engineering for probably nearly 30 years. So, you know, it's built properly, it does work, it does not affect the detector, it does not affect the depth of the detector, it doesn't affect the sensitivity of the detector, it just gets rid of the noise. So, just be wary about anyone offering any accessories that look like our stuff, but sometimes it's not our stuff. It's like a lot of people out there too, trying to do modifications to detectors, and you know, we're pretty prolific with what we say and do with detectors, and people see modified detectors not working correctly and they say, oh look, you know, modding detectors stuffs up your detector. It's not the case. It's someone else who doesn't know what they're doing, has been in there and attempted to, I don't know what they try and do. I've seen some interesting things, and like, we give a 5-year warranty on all our work. Can't say much more than that. And basically, you know, it's guaranteed to perform. It really does. All our modified detectors perform. There's a lot of scare campaigns out there from Minelab dealers. Of course they will. They want you to go and spend, you know, $6,500 on a $5,000. I say, don't go and spend $6,500 on a detector. Get an older one. Get a GP Extreme. You know, let us do it up. and it'll perform like a champion. In a lot of cases it'll go deeper. Actually, in all cases it will go deeper than a GPX 5000.